Okay guys, here's the second video for day 2, or the second lift. It's more of a mobility and hip work type lift. So starting out, we're gonna have the body squats again, okay, real quick. Shoulder width apart. Let's just work on getting our hips loose, work on getting into the squat position. Don't let your knees go past your toes, okay? Sit on your heels. A lot of guys like to get like this, and don't let your knees collapse, okay? Sit down here. Again, this is a mobility type thing, so let's sit in here, be strong in this position, all right, but no knee collapse. We have the hip hinges and then the hip opener ankle mobility. So your hinges, guys, we've worked on this movement a lot, okay? This is the movement for all the deadlifts and for a lot of your power movements, power cleans, whatever. You got to get really good at this. So again, we're hinging at the hips, okay? So you get a slight bend in your knee, all right? Once you start to hinge, you don't want any more bend. So you just go ahead and let your arms slide on down, okay? And then come back up, okay? So we're gonna feel a little stretch in the hamstrings. If you need to, you may be able to put your knees in front of a bench or the couch and do that. And if your knees slide forward and you hit the couch, you know you're bending more, okay? So slight bend, shoulders pulled back. Try to put your shoulder blades into your pocket. I don't want a big hyperextension. I don't want that big U here, okay? But I want you strong. And then go ahead and look at the ground so we're not straining our neck, okay? I don't necessarily want you looking up, okay? And then you got your hinges. It's not a slow movement. You can go ahead and come on through there, okay? And throw your hips through. And then the hip opener ankle mobility. Go ahead and get some reach back. Spend some time in this position, okay? Work your ankles out, okay? Get a little stretch in the hips. Go ahead and get some reach backs here. Okay, again, this is mobility and hip work. So that's one. The next you have Pails and Rails. Okay, so that's on the ground. Okay, I like to try to go 90-90. You can change your angle up of your how you're leaning. If you lean more like this, it's easier. Okay, we're working our abductors and our adductors. Okay, so again, let's go 90 degree, and you're trying to lift the knee and the ankle at the same time. Okay, so that's your Pails and Rails, and then you're doing both sides. So now I'm ankle, knee off the ground at the same time. Okay, when you do this, just make sure that you are doing both sides. You got to flip it over, okay, and do the 90-90 here. Knees and ankle up off the same time. You're going to feel it in your hips, and then do this. This is the harder of the two, the adductor one, but make sure you're doing that one as well. And then you got bird dogs, okay? One thing about this is the tendency is to get into real hyperextension. Make sure your back's flat, okay? And let's go opposite. Even here, I don't want you really hyperextended. I want your back flat. You can pause, squeeze your stomach, and you'll feel it in your lower back and your glutes, okay? So that's your bird dogs. Moving on to 3, you got Copenhagen plank, standing T's and Y's, and straight leg drop. The Copenhagen plank is another adductor work, okay? So your groin muscles, all you're gonna do is you're gonna plank on the inside of your ankle. If it's too hard, guys, just move down some, okay? Make it easier on you. Go on the ankle though, a bench, couch, whatever, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna, again, let's get our hips up, and you're just gonna plank like this, okay? You can put your knee in a running position, just like this, okay? You can move with it a little bit if you want. I don't want you dipping a lot, okay? But for now, we're just gonna plank, hold it, and it's just the isometric hold, okay? Make sure you do both sides. The standing T's and Y's, okay? This is all we're doing is we've done this for other things, is we're just trying to get warmed up. Okay, so let's go ahead and when you do your T, point your thumbs back. Let's really open up the chest, okay, and feel the shoulder blades sliding. Okay, same thing here. Okay, and I want you breathing pretty deep on this and being relaxed. Okay, so you're just really letting it slide. And then your straight leg drop. All right, guys, when you do this, just make sure that you are I want you to try to feel a stretch back here. Okay, rest your hand on the ground. And then straight leg drop, okay? We're getting some core work, okay? Make sure you're doing each leg. Again, if you have to keep it here, that's fine, okay? I'd rather you have a straight leg as opposed to doing it like this, okay? So that is, moving on to the next one. That was 3, 4A and 4B, hip cars. Let's go ahead and do them standing, okay? Play around with it. As you rotate out and then rotate your ankle up, keep your knee up high, okay? And you're coming into your T position, okay? Then bring it back here, Okay, you gotta do both legs. Okay, you can, if you feel tight over here, maybe you'll push the inward a little bit more. Okay, then here, 90 degree, you can see, then rotate up, all the way around. Go ahead and reach back into my T, and then bring it on around here. Okay, so we're working on some mobility. Then we have, along with that, is it's an isometric ankle strengthening. Okay, so I hope you can see this, but get a couch, go to a wall, get a partner. All you're gonna do is just like we were doing the hip presses, okay, you're gonna do it with our ankle. Okay, so I want you to just get next to a wall and do as many different angles as you can think of. Okay, mainly pushing out and pushing in. Okay, and you can probably use a towel and a partner to hold it to where you're actually pulling it towards you, but it's an isometric hold. So I would just get there and I'm just gonna push and hold it, all right? And then I'm gonna relax. And I'm gonna push and hold it and relax. So I'm pushing out now. Then I'll do the push inward, okay? So I'll push here. I'm just pushing, foot flat on the ground, and I'm just pushing. Okay, then I'll turn. I may do it like here. Now I'm pushing in. Okay, don't let anything shift. I'm just working my ankle strength. Okay, you can use a partner with a towel. Then the last thing is just your ankle mobility and your calf stretching. I don't have any certain number of reps for that. I just want you to go until you kind of feel opened up. After that, make sure you are doing a cool down. Get some static stretching in because, again, do some type of band stretching, do partner stretching, spend 10-15 minutes on the floor just trying to open up and feel your body, okay? Because it's the mobility, this is more of the recovery lift.